get started.
You guys already know this is the main one tapping in all the way from H-Town, Houston, Texas. I'm here with my boy T.A.G.
T.A.G.
T.A.G, very nice, very evil.
Well, that's T.A.G shit.
The only thing we're gonna do is take over, baby.
Free fall as I dive through the kaleidoscope in my mind. No rope up to climb. Gotta remind myself that I'm fine. Mama, I don't really.
What it is, what it was, and what it do, T.A.G Nation. It's the disembodied voice of ScooterRay, aka 2x2 belt Scoot. Just like Kyle Fletcher, say my full name. And as y'all see up on y'all screen, I am here to talk about Elimination Chamber Chicago, aka the final PLE before we get to WrestleMania. And you know, y'all, I think the sentiment that I'm going to truly share throughout this review and throughout us talking about Elimination Chamber is WWE has a very bad problem of their scripts, their storylines, their plans, whatever leaking. And not only does it leak, but it legitimately almost follows the rumors almost bit by bit. And I think that's what ultimately messes up WWE in the end, because you can be excited for these matches, you can be excited to see the stuff, but if in the back of your head you already know the outcome, then that takes away from it in the end. Like, it's almost like we're going into Avengers Doomsday in December already knowing what's going to happen in the movie, and then when it happens exactly like that, then we like, damn, it legitimately did that. And I think that's the issue. Like, it comes off very, y'all can't like pivot, y'all can't alter things, especially like if your whole WrestleMania card in essence get leaked in like December or January. You can't alter those storylines. Like, you have to keep it the way it's kept. And pretty much we'll just go into it. All right, so we have the 6-woman Elimination Chamber match. And the winner of this chamber match takes on Jade Cargill, because we know Liv Morgan had picked Stephanie Vaquer. So this match is to determine who Jade Cargill will take on at WrestleMania. We got Kiana James, Asuka, Big Mommy Cool, Raquel Rodriguez, Alexa Bliss, The Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, and Tiffany Stratton. Now with this match, Tiffany Stratton and Kiana James started off the pod. And I hope between the Rumble and between the Chamber, they take Kiana serious now. Because Kiana is doing the things she needs to do to solidify herself. Not necessarily saying she's going to be a main eventer, or not necessarily saying she's going to do this, but like how Dizzle likes to say, she's definitely going to be a fine utility player, because Kiana is doing the damn thing. Like, it's funny because Kiana has a better showing on the main roster than I feel she had at NXT. That's just me. Of course, people can feel the same, especially if you followed her career when she was in NXT up until now. But yes, Tiffany, and Kiana kicked off the pod. Asuka entered next, and then it was actually funny because Kiana went straight for Asuka. Like, the way Kiana went after Asuka, it was like it was like Asuka owed her some money and Kiana was there to collect. Bliss entered fourth, then Ripley entered, and that's when things got a little like, yeah, okay. Then Raquel came into the thing, and then what happened was when Raquel came in at 6, yeah, they let Big Mommy Cool cook. because she ran Tiffany through a pod from one end to the other. She did a beautiful elimination where she had Oscar in the ring, she had Kiana in the ring, and I want to say Oscar was the one on the ground. No, sorry, I think Kiana was the one on the ground. She Chicona bombed Oscar onto Kiana, pinned them both. 1, 2, 3, double elimination. Now, before, of course, Raquel did that, Bliss got eliminated because she took some mist to the eyes and got rolled up. So Bliss was actually the first woman eliminated. Then it was Oscar and Kiana together. And now your final three, Big Mommy Cool, The Eradicator, and Tiffy Time. Eventually, Rhea hits like a top rope cannonball to Raquel, which caused Tiffy to hit the PME, that's prettiest moonsault ever, onto Raquel. Then Raquel gets eliminated. Then we get a nice little back and forth between Rhea and Tiffy. And this is what I was talking about. It was already rumored of the winner. But through some strong back and forth, through a miscommunication on Tiffy's part, 1, 2, 3, Mommy, aka the Eradicator, aka Rhea Ripley, is your women's 2026 Elimination Chamber winner. Jade Cargill was in a skybox. You know, she was like, okay. Rhea was pointing to the WrestleMania sign, of course, and she was pointing to Jade. So yes, officially, Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill going down in Mania. Now, this match was not bad, but once again, if you are a person who unfortunately sees the things that they talk about on the internet, you may see rumors, you may see this, that, and the third. It was already kind of rumored that Rhea was going to win this. Because that's the thing that I don't understand with WWE, once again. When you have your product pretty much leaked for the next few months, why can't you alter them? Why can't you alter them? But regardless of the fact, I do expect Rhea and Jade to have a phenomenal match. Sorry, a phenomenal match, not an. Sorry. A phenomenal match. Shout outs to AJ Styles. I think Rhea style is going to complement what they've been doing with Jade lately with her aggression. And I expect for them to have a great match. Now, it'll be a trip and a half if Jade retains. But I wonder with this, are they going to officially move Rhea to SmackDown? Like, I'm pretty sure she's going to be on SmackDown for these next couple of months for the match. But, I mean, I know if she wins the title, then, you know, she's going to automatically be on SmackDown. But I want to know for the next 47 nights, is she going to be strictly SmackDown or she's going to kind of be working both shows? But we shall see. We shall see. Moving on to our next match. It was for, wrong graphic, y'all. It was for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. You have big time Becky Lynch defending against AJ Lee. Now, if I remember the stats correctly, this was her first singles match in like 10 years. 10 years, y'all. Let's face it. If you've been keeping up with the storylines, if you've been keeping up with the way this goes, did y'all really think Becky was gonna walk out with this championship? Like, come on. Did we really think Becky Lynch was gonna walk out with the championship? Now, I will say this. They threw a phenomenal red herring in this match. And when I mean phenomenal red herring, I'm going to take y'all back for those who are of age. If you watch a pup named Scooby-Doo, Fred always accused Red Herring as the person, as the under the mask. In the one episode, Fred didn't say red herring. It happened to be red herring. And Fred was devastated. That was kind of what they did with this match. So they beautifully had Jessica Carr as a referee, and Jessica Carr has been the one that Becky has always complained about, that, you know, they call her fast count Carr and all of these things, that she has beef with Carr. So they go back and forth. There was a moment of a ref bump, of course. And that's when, of course, Becky cheated. She hit the manhandle slam. Actually, no, she used the chair. She DDT'd AJ on the chair, then hit the manhandle slam. And when I tell you the kick out that AJ did was like almost took the breath out of the Chicago crowd. It almost took the breath out of the Chicago crowd. Now, earlier in the match, Becky did remove a turnbuckle pad, so we had an exposed turnbuckle. So Becky was about to purposely throw AJ into it, and Jessica Carr stopped her. Then it led to a point to where Becky was about to run at AJ. She runs sternum first, chest first into the top turnbuckle. AJ applies the Black Widow, which that was like the second or third time, because earlier with the ref being down, Becky did tap out to the Black Widow, but she hits it again. Becky taps, and new Women's Intercontinental Champion, her first championship in 14 years, y'all. AJ Lee with the dub. Now, it kind of makes me wonder, are they going to run it back for Mania? Because the only other thing that I can see, either a fatal four-way situation or pretty much a triple threat situation, because the low-key legend Natty is still lurking, and she still wants that Intercontinental Championship. So it kind of makes me wonder, what's the plans for that championship come Mania? And I have a feeling it's going to be a multi-woman match for that belt. But now, I can't blame this on WrestleMania storylines. This was teased back in September. This was actually teased. Yeah, this was teased in September when AJ Lee came back. She stole Becky's championship. So it was teased since then that at some point, AJ Lee was getting that Intercontinental Championship. It was just a matter of when. And they pulled the trigger in AJ's adopted home of Chicago for her to get that championship. Now, moving on to the next match. And this next match is classic example of, to say it bluntly, WWE busting a load too soon. The World Heavyweight Championship, CM Punk taking on one Finn Balor. Now, the reason why I say that is because Roman Reigns made his choice. With Roman making his choice, this pretty much lets you know that that Finn wasn't about to win this championship. They gave you the storyline of Roman hating Punk, Roman doing this, doing that. So there would be no way that Finn was going to win this, because it was going to alter their storylines. Because once again, these are the storylines that was etched in stone. Now, what they should have done is they should have had the winner of the men's chamber match in limbo. That the winner should have been like, well, I don't know who to choose because I got to see who Roman chooses first. Then tomorrow night, Roman could have been like, hey, Punk, you're the one I'm choosing. Which would have made it been like, all right, cool, Randy. I just spoiled it. The winner automatically chooses Drew McIntyre. But since they have already announced Roman Jerome Reigns taking on Punk at Mania, they wasn't about to be like, hey, Punk, we're going to go ahead and take you out this match for Finn Balor. This is no offense to Finn. I love Finn. I don't understand why they can't get it together with Finn. But come on now. This is a company that wants to print money. So they know, unfortunately, Finn versus Roman is not going to print the money like Punk versus Roman. It is what it is. Now, it did not stop these gentlemen from having a damn good match. The only thing that was weird, the ending was very flat. Like, I forgot what Punk hit Finn with. Then he like struggled to get Finn up. Then he literally just picked him up GTS 1, 2, 3. And it was like, oh, okay. So yeah. But once again, like we mentioned with storylines and this, that, and the third, it was already rumored that Finn was going to take on Dominic Mysterio. So, of course, they sowed the seeds like 3 weeks ago. And I'm pretty sure it's going to go full blown because, once again, after this match, Finn showed his sign of respect to Punk. So, the seeds are officially about to start sprouting that we're going to get Dominic and Finn at Mania. Now, in case y'all have been wondering, there has been a mystery box for the last 2 weeks that's been going between Raw and SmackDown. And they cracked open the box this past Saturday night, and it was their debut of one Danhausen. He came out with some girls. They was dressed in the same face paint. They was dancing around. He went to the ring. He went around the ring doing his little shtick. The music is catchy. Everything was, what it was. And then it did its little poof. Danhausen disappeared. And y'all, the crowd goes mild. Not only did the crowd go mild, they started booing. This was not a good thing that they did for Danhausen. Now, granted, I don't know what other way you could have debuted Danhausen, but that being the way you debuted Danhausen, come on, guys. Y'all could have did so much better. Like, y'all literally pretty much killed this man before this man could even, start. Like, who's really about to truly take Danhausen serious? Now, to be fair, if you're going off of his AEW stint, and I really don't know his stint prior when he was in the Indies, he seems to always came off as a comedy wrestler, which that's fine. There's nothing wrong with comedy wrestlers. We have R-Truth, but come on. We know we about to get a Danhausen versus R-Truth at Mania or something. Danhausen and Truth is about to have some interaction that's going to lead to something. Now, the only thing that could make Danhausen work is Danhausen likes to curse his opponents. If they make it to where the curse is real, and this is for my rap heads out there, just like the Little B curse, if they make the Danhausen curse to where when he curses a superstar, it's like, wait, they like flubbing up moves, they losing matches. If they truly make the Danhausen curse a legitimate thing, that's gonna be the way y'all can make Danhausen work. But for him to get the reception he got, yikes, shout out to Kiff. They booed, y'all. They booed. Now, what makes it even wild, of course, if you see our intro video, the one and only Danhausen does grace our intro video, but they booed our mans. I hope they can recover this and make it better. But yes, you're gonna have to make the Danhausen curse like the Little B curse, to where it's like, wait, I don't want the curse because because this shit is real, son. But yeah. Sorry, Danhausen. If we get to our main event of the night, it was the men's elimination chamber. We had, now, y'all are seeing Logan Paul. Friday on SmackDown, Jey Uso, the show opened up with Jey Uso being injured and they taking him to the hospital or local medical facility. Later on, they pretty much said Logan Paul, Jacob Fatu, one-on-one, the winner, chamber spot. Well, due to Drew McIntyre's interference, Logan gets the dub. So that's why you see Logan Paul here instead of one Jey with Uso. But the Maverick Logan Paul, the young OG Javon Evans, Mr. Whoop That Trick Williams, the Viper Randy Orton, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, and of course Louisiana Knight, are all in this match. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this match is to determine who's going to take on Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. So, surprise, surprise to me, Cody Rhodes and Javon Evans start this match off. Yeah, I was actually shocked. Cody and Javon started the match off, and I was like, okay, let's go. Trick Willie comes in at number 3. Logan Paul comes in at number 4. Louisiana Knight, number 5. And of course, last but not least, that leaves Randall Orton at 6 of the way it came in. Now, I agree with the same sentiments Leo, aka Kicking It with Leo, said. They didn't let Javon shine. He did one move where he did a frog splash off a pod onto Logan Paul. Not Logan Paul, sorry. Trick Williams. And then him and LA Knight threw Logan Paul off a pod. But they didn't let Javon be bouncy at all. His whole thing is he's bouncy. And they didn't let him be bouncy in the chamber. How you gonna have the man who's bouncy not be bouncy in the chamber? They was even making it a point of contention to let y'all know that this man is younger than the Elimination Chamber itself. But you didn't let him be bouncy in the chamber. In the words of Hurricane Helms. What's up with that? Another complaint. You didn't let Trick Willie shine. Trick Willie didn't even shine. To say he's been the one killing it. What the fuck is up with the end of history? NXT had all the black wrestlers lose except for Keanu Carver. Elimination Chamber had. These are jokes, but I'm serious at the same time. Javon and Trick have been the hottest two commodities since they debuted, and you didn't let them shine. I don't mean to say that they had to have the Raquel spot by eliminating people left and right, but they didn't really get a chance to do nothing. And it was like, wow, this was a choice. But the first elimination came after Javon took that splash. Sorry, after Javon did the splash to Trick, Logan Paul immediately picked him up, pulverizer, boom, Javon's eliminated. And it was like, wow, that's a choice. Then, I want to say Trick Willie, I think, was the next to get eliminated. I think Trick took the BFT. Logan threw Knight out the way. No, I'm sorry. Trick took the Crossroads. The Maverick threw Cody out the way. Boom. Logan with second one. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Louisiana Knight was second because he got rolled up by Jake Paul. Louisiana Knight got rolled up by Jake Paul. Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Michael Paul, Paul Bunyan. Logan Paul, not Jake, because we don't want Jake in there. Don't bring Jake. Do not bring Jake. Sorry, Logan. So Logan eliminates Javon. Logan rolls up Louisiana Knight. Logan steals the pin from Cody to pin Trick. So yes, as you just heard, Logan has 3 eliminations. Now, word from the curb was Bronson Reed was supposed to win that match because it was Bronson, Jey Uso, and the OG Americano. But since Bronson got injured, apparently this was supposed to be Bronson's spot. That Bronson was supposed to be like the Raquel in this one, but they just went on ahead and just said, "Hey, let Logan do it." So yes, our final 3 now is Logan, Randall, and Cody. A masked man shows up, tries to climb the cage, and they yank him down, pull off the mask. It was another decoy. Then another masked man shows up, kicks Logan in the gut, then hits the stomp, then takes off the mask, and bet you by golly wow, y'all, it is one Sethington Rollins. And I thought I had the image. Give me 1 second, y'all. But yes, Seth Rollins was the other masked man. And it was like, oh shit, Seth is back. Of course, Paul Heyman and Austin Theory are just freaking out on the outside because they was like, he's supposed to be injured. They was like, he just came back from shoulder surgery. How is he back so soon? But yes, he cost Logan Paul the dub. Now, of course, somebody harkened back to a few years ago when Logan Paul cost Seth Rollins his time in the chamber. So what goes around comes back around, Mr. Paul. Then, of course, now it's down to Cody, Raheem Rose, and Randall Orton. Since there's so much chaos, the chamber is still open. Drew comes in. He blasts Cody in the back with the championship. And then it starts to lead to a scuffle between Cody and Drew. Then to where Drew was going to go for a Claymore, got interrupted by Randy. Randy hits the RKO. Drew pops up. Cody hits Drew with the crossroads. And as soon as Cody popped up, Randall hits Cody with the RKO. 1, 2, 3. And your 2026 men's chamber winner is one Randall Keith Orton. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Young Randall is going to take on Drew McIntyre. Or is he? I'm going to circle back because this image here was during the pre-show. Aldis was pissed. He was big pissed at Drew because Drew was gloating about what he did. So Aldis told Drew that, hey, yo, this Friday, Big Drew, you taking on Cody for that undisputed championship. So will Drew be the one to take on Cody at Mania? Nope, sorry, Randall at Mania. Or will it be Cody taking on Randall at Mania? Now, there's a fourth person to this puzzle. Where does Jacob Fatu fits in this? And the fifth person to this puzzle, Sami Zayn. So in my head, does this match turn into a multi-man match? Because Drew has been picking fights with Jacob and Cody. Sammy has this weird little thing that he's doing where he was picking fights with Jacob. He was kind of picking little fights at Cody. So I guess Friday maybe will give us a clearer picture of how that title match is going to look for Mania. Now, I will say this. I don't know was the plans for Cody to always get the dub. Sorry, yeah, Cody get the dub, because I'm glad they changed it. This is the one time where if they changed it to let Randall get it, fine. Because once again, there was already talks that Cody and Drew was gonna run it back. But now I'm kind of intrigued to see if this does become a multi-person match for the championship at Mania. Because now Randy's gonna be like, man, how my one-on-one turn into a 5-6 man match? Like, what the hell? But, ladies and gentlemen, these are your two winners. The Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, who's taking on Jade Cargill, and the Viper, Randall Orton, who's taking on either Drew or Cody, depending on what's happening Friday. But for the most part, y'all, that was Elimination Chamber 2026. Like I said, the overall PLE wasn't bad. It's just that I guess for us smart fans who probably need to stay off the internet, but at the same time, it's not like they hide some of the stuff either. Let's just be fair. But it probably would have been a lot better if certain things wasn't so apparent. Like, we knew AJ was going to get that belt off of Becky, which was fine. We knew that was going to happen. Finn beating Punk, if it wasn't for the fact that Roman already chose Punk, it was like, well, sorry, Finn. I mean, you had a good match, but sorry, champ. Better luck next time. Better look next time. Because if they didn't do that, I would have had hope that possibly Finn could have won that championship if it wasn't for the fact that Roman already chose Punk. So with the storylines that's already building adjacent, it's kind of like that's what kind of, to me, cast the cloud over Elimination Chamber. But overall, I still think it's worth watching. I still give it a solid B, maybe a B minus. I still give it a solid B, maybe B minus overall. Like I said, other than the overall gripes of, like I said, the storylines that you knew what was happening, and my gripes about them not letting Javon and Trick cook, considering those have been your two hottest commodities since they've been on the roster. It wasn't a bad show. Oh, and just that fast, I forgot Danhausen. The way they did Danhausen, y'all, that was dirty. That was dirty. But yeah, let us know down in the comments below. Whether you love it or hate it, don't forget to rate it. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Like, share, like I said, comment. Let us know what you think about Elimination Chamber. Let us know what you think about this road to WrestleMania so far. Are you enjoying it? Are you not? Are you just waiting for WrestleMania to be here so you can see what the car is looking like? Are you just waiting for it to be over? Or you just not watching it at all? Let us know. If you hadn't already, make sure you tag that subscribe button. If you haven't already, make sure you tag that notification bell so you can be notified for all the goodness. Shout outs to Lip Dizzle, Jaeger Bum Bastard, the Juggernaut Show, aka Juggs, and that boy Leo, aka Kicking It with Leo. And until next time, you beautiful people, love yourself, love one another, take care of yourself, and take care of one another. And until next time, don't forget to tag out, y'all. Peace.